Are you hungry for the latest news and trends from the internet? Welcome to What's Cooking on the Internet, your one-stop shop for discovering the hottest digital delights. Hit that subscribe button and let's get cooking.
Can government funding compromise media integrity? What do you think? Drop a comment. When we scroll through our social media feeds, we often come across posts that spark outrage or raise important questions. A recent viral post has been making waves, claiming that major news outlets in the US have received millions from the US Agency for International Development USAID. This revelation has left many wondering, can government funding corrupt the media? At its core, the issue is about the relationship between government funding and media independence. USAID's mission is to promote economic development and reduce poverty, but critics argue that its funding can create a conflict of interest for news outlets. If a media organization relies on USAID funding, can it really report on issues without bias or government influence? One possible consequence of government funding is self-censorship. If a news outlet relies on USAID funding, it might be hesitant to report on stories that could jeopardize its relationship with the government. This could lead to a lack of transparency and accountability, eroding the public's trust in the media. On the other hand, government funding could help media outlets cover important stories that might otherwise go unreported. USAID has funded reporting on human rights abuses and corruption in developing countries. In this case, the funding could be seen as a necessary investment in journalism that serves the public interest. But we also need to consider the broader implications of government funding on media independence. If news outlets become too reliant on government funding, it could create a culture of dependency, where media organizations prioritize their relationships with government agencies over their commitment to reporting the truth. We should also look at the role of other government agencies in funding media outlets. For example, the National Endowment for Democracy (NED) has provided funding to media organizations in countries like Ukraine and Russia. While the NED's mission is to promote democracy and human rights, its funding can also be seen as a form of soft power, where the US uses media outlets to shape public opinion and advance its foreign policy goals. As we navigate this complex issue, it's essential to remember that media independence is a fundamental principle of a healthy democracy. We must be cautious of government funding that could compromise this independence and instead prioritize transparency, accountability, and a commitment to reporting the truth. In the end, the USAID controversy raises important questions about the relationship between government funding and media integrity. While government funding can provide necessary resources for media outlets, it also risks corrupting the media and undermining the public's trust. As we move forward, we must prioritize transparency and accountability, ensuring that media outlets remain independent and committed to reporting the truth, no matter the cost.